She's your queen to be.
All right. We are back, y'all. Hey, Foo.
Hey, Perpetual.
It sounds so nice. You don't call me that too often.
I don't.
And that in a nice voice like that. You call me like when you're scolding me, like, Perpetual?
Perpetual.
Why didn't you answer my phone call? Perpetual?
That's exactly how I say
She
it.
goes like, Perpetual? What the fuck are you doing?
That's not how I talk.
Yes. Remember when you found me in my house?
You were sitting in the dark
I was not sitting.
like a sociopath. Who does that?
What the? She spun herself in a little circle and was like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was depressive. The
I was trying
curtains
to
were drawn back.
I was trying to take a nap.
On the couch in the dark. Who does that?
Who doesn't? Who naps?
I don't know, maybe-
Y'all nap with the lights on?
No, but like that's weird, Pep. Like you knew I was coming over. The door was unlocked,
As it
and you're
should
just
be.
sitting in the dark.
Yo.
And you weren't sleeping. You were just sitting in the dark
I was laying in the dark because I was trying to take a nap.
like a sociopath.
But anyways, I just wanted to point out that I like when you say my name nice.
I mean, a lot of people like when I say their names. So.
Not a lot of people, so I'm not concerned about them.
Wow.
So there goes that. Anyways, how are you? How's life?
You know, I'm just out here living my black ass life, minding my business,
Being black is lit.
drinking my water, and just, you know, paying these bills or trying to.
Girl, talk about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I'm having a great time.
How's Black History Month treating you? That's the real question. Even though we're black all year round, but
All year round.
we'll get into that.
365 all year round. And it's actually really annoying to be reminded like more during a specific month that you're black.
Yes. And
As if we need the reminder.
and you know what? It's funny because usually it's coming at me from all angles because I'm out and about. But now I have an injury, so I've been homebound for a while.
That's why you're sitting in the dark.
So, with that being said, I'm not going to entertain that, y'all. With that being said, and I don't have cable, I haven't really seen any of it. I haven't had to deal with, like, the advertisements or anything like that, or the fake acknowledgement that's like, oh, we're doing this, and then it's down, not even on, it probably goes down the 27th.
Yep.
So, that's been really, really awesome.
I mean, I think that when I was younger, I didn't really acknowledge Black History Month. And even at one point, I was like, man, fuck Black History Month. Like, how y'all gonna, like, reduce us to just 28 days a month?
Absolutely.
But as I've gotten older, I've realized how important it actually is.
Amen.
Yes, we deserve a longer month.
Yes.
It's true. But I feel like you learn a lot of things within the month that you probably didn't know before. Granted, you probably should have known it before because Google is free, like I always say. Look
Right.
some shit up.
Right.
But there are lots of things that I didn't know that I've seen people post about, like, for people that invent stuff that were black.
Oh, absolutely. And I just learned about Mansa. Let me look it up.
Mansa Musa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just learned about him.
Yeah.
For y'all that don't know who he is, just like I didn't literally like 3 days ago, that is the richest man, dead or alive. He is dead, but he is richer than Bill Gates.
Yep.
I don't know who else is rich in this country because I don't have their money, so I don't worry about it.
Oprah.
But yes, all of them, richer than all of them. And that man is dead. And guess what? He's fucking black as fuck.
Yep.
Which is so dope.
Yeah, there are lots of things that I didn't know and that I learned, you know. Even there was a time I didn't know anything about Juneteenth. I had literally just found out about Juneteenth like last year, maybe the year before.
I learned about Juneteenth when I came to college.
I didn't even know about it
Because
in college. Maybe a
being
few
in
years
Boston,
ago. Yeah.
I feel like the Boston like community, black people, is pretty lit. Like they celebrate some historic stuff here. I mean, but then again, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King both had spent some extensive periods of time here. So yeah.
Yep.
Which is also pretty dope. And if you guys did not know that, there's your Black History Month
Black fact.
Tidbit from us. Yeah. Tidbit, not tidbit. Tidbit.
Black fact for the week.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of a toss up. It is very I don't know. I guess it kind of totes the line of like loving Black History Month and then being annoyed at Black History Month and
but let's be very clear. I think when I was younger, I definitely felt like how you did, but the more continue just living in my purpose, we are Black 365. We are Black all year round. So the white people can choose to acknowledge us for a month, but we are out here 24/7, 365, 366 in a leap year.
And in case y'all didn't know, this is your serving of pepper soup. 365 Black. Black 365. Honestly, Black History Month really is for white people. It's not really for us. We already know the great things that we do and accomplish every day, every week, every year. We're just out here
even
killing
in our
it.
sleep.
Yeah, we're just out here killing it. We know. Y'all didn't know, but we knew.
Do you know the work and the amount of rest you need to keep melanin the way it is?
I mean,
have you ever seen an ebony waterfall? Look at our faces.
Yeah, it's pretty flawless. Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about us. I'm just talking about like all the Black people you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they say Black don't crack. It's true. It's true. No one believes how old I am ever. I got carded to see a rated R movie.
When?
Recently.
Get the fuck out of here.
I got carded to see, I don't even remember. Oh, Deadpool. I went to see Deadpool with my mom.
No.
And I'm like, I'm with my parent. Even if I wasn't 17, they're like, we still need to see.
Well, look at what your mother looks like.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So again, it's generational.
Let's not
Black
force
don't crack.
it.
Your mom's about to be 60. We know.
No, she's not about to be.
She's not about to be 60.
Yeah, she's got a couple more years.
I'm confusing her with somebody else's mom though.
Yeah.
But either way,
don't
you
be
know
putting
what?
her on the spot like that before she cuts you out. But
come on, she's nobody's.
She's nobody's 17 though. Don't just come on.
Don't be disrespectful.
Yeah, come on.
Treating her like a small girl.
Okay. I've been asked if I was old enough to sit in the emergency aisle on the plane.
No.
Y'all are so disrespectful.
Was it white people?
Y'all are so disrespectful.
Was it white people that?
Were white.
We need to be specific.
Y'all are so disrespectful. Seriously, I understand getting carded for alcohol, but you have to be 15 to sit in the emergency. Come on, respect me. Respect my gangster. And my baby face.
They don't understand.
Sick of y'all.
That big surprises come in small packages. And you know, like your Twitter, baby face God.
I am the baby face God. Yo, shout out to Game of Thrones. Like that was that play on. I love Game of Thrones. That's if y'all are wondering
it's
where
coming.
I got
winter is coming.
Yes. If y'all are wondering where I got the baby face God from, it was an ode to the many face God, who was that nigga. And so was Arya Stark.
Yo.
The baddest bitch of the North.
Favorite character on Game of Thrones, hands down.
Yep.
You know what? Next time somebody asks you if you can sit in the emergency room aisle, just channel your inner Arya.
I know. I might have to.
Just channel your... Because after she deals with someone...
That's a bad bitch.
Yo! The baddest.
All right. So, basically, we got into our pepper soup. It wasn't as spicy as last week, but we didn't want to give y'all too much heat.
Right.
So, I mean, take away from pepper soup that basically we're Black all year round, acknowledge our greatness, and just shout out to the fact that also this year marks the 400 years of the West African slave trade.
Yes.
And we're West Africans, so of course we're going to talk on this.
There's so many things to unpack there.
There's so many things to unpack.
From our first time going to Ghana as children to the masses of people that went there this past winter holiday for Christmas and New Year's.
Now Ghana's lit. Thanks.
Yeah, so
thanks,
again,
guys. Now the ticket's about to be even more outrageous.
But
Thank you.
Let's also acknowledge the president's declaration to all people who have connection to sub-Saharan Africa.
Which president said this?
He said the president of Ghana. He said to come home.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
You got to clarify.
Oh, you thought
Ooh, you got to specify.
Oh, my bad. No. Woo!
Because honestly, if he said that, I'd be like, oh, you trying to make us go back?
Girl. Yo, the FBI might shut us down for even saying that thinking that we assumed that. We know where we at.
Yeah, you gotta specify which president. President.
So as I was saying, the president of Ghana, he made a national declaration asking all people with connection to sub-Saharan Africa to come back home, go and visit Ghana. And I think that is super dope.
Don't go all at once though.
No,
because
don't.
I gotta go back, and the tickets are looking real crazy.
But I feel like, you know what? I'm not too mad at the ticket if there was some way that those proceeds could go back into the economy.
Well, I mean, Ghana Airways is coming back.
No!
Yeah, it's coming back next month.
I did not.
Hey.
I tell you, baby, I love you.
My money, oh, baby.
No. Okay.
Yeah, we live.
That was so, because, and that's a perfect segue, because when I was first going to Ghana, I took Ghana Airways.
I did too. And it was a shit show.
Girl.
I'm really praying that y'all upgrade Ghana Airways. Please don't embarrass us. I beg, please.
I beg you, Charlie.
Please don't embarrass us this time. Although they did serve fufu on the flights, which was lit.
Like, the plane was good. The food was good. My issue on Ghana Airways was the fact that the flight attendants could not be bothered.
Oh, no, they can't be.
I'm looking for American customer service, and maybe that's my problem.
If you, here's a tidbit to people that are going to Ghana. Don't expect American customer service. Yes. Do you know I almost got into a physical altercation with a TSA agent? Actually, was it TSA? I think he was the manager.
Where?
In Ghana. Me and my brother.
Where?
At the airport. I almost didn't get on a flight because he basically said that him and my brother could shoot the fair ones outside. They don't give a fuck. So don't come to Ghana with that American mentality of, I need to speak to a manager, because the manager will shoot you the fade while he's on the clock. It does not matter. Like, we can shoot the fair ones. It doesn't, no. There's no can I speak to, or I'm the customer's always right. There's none of that. You can't return shit. If you've used it, you bought it, it's yours.
Nowhere in Africa is
nowhere
Burger King have it your way.
Nope.
It's not.
You cannot have it your way.
And even, no matter how much money you want to throw at it, what you want will get done when somebody feels like it's getting done.
Yeah. So the thing about Ghana Airways that was the issue for me when I first went, I was like 16 when I first went.
Oh, wow.
We were going, or supposed to go back home. We got stuck for an extra week.
Where?
In Ghana. They just didn't have a flight for us. Mind you, we had tickets. So they were all fucked up in the game. So I'm really hoping...
They didn't charge y'all though, right?
No, but okay. I'm hoping it's revamped. I've heard good things. I'm rooting for y'all. I'm rooting for everybody.
Yeah, no.
So
that would be so dope, because the first
I was lit. I was like, oh, we stuck? Like, yeah. My mom was like, oh my God. I have to go to work.
I'm taking all this time now.
Yes. Your medication's running out. I'm like, oh, we can stay at party? We lit.
Yeah, no. The parents are like, yo.
No, it wasn't a game out here. So shout out to Ghana Airways. I really hope that y'all thrive. Next month, we're doing great things. So I have faith. I have really good faith. What else about, hey, did you go to, you went to the slave castles when you first went?
Elmina Castle.
Yep.
Yes.
Did I do Elmina? I did Cape Coast Castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've never been to Cape Coast. Oh, so.
I think it's the bigger one.
Okay, got you.
That's where Obama went.
Always our president.
Yep.
And first lady.
Yes. Please come back. Please come back.
I don't blame them. They never left. That's the thing.
They're living their best life.
They are living their best lives.
That in itself is a Negro spiritual. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and fuck with you, nigga. Honestly, if I haven't heard a Negro spiritual, that is one.
Yes.
That is one. I feel like that should be like the anthem of Black History Month.
It should be the anthem of Black History Year, because we are Black 365.
Hell yeah.
366 in a leap year.
Yep.
We might as well just say Black 368, because we're just that dope. It's an extra 2 days we can put on the calendar if we feel like
we'll find it.
Okay? Because let's be very clear. Black people know how to make something out of nothing.
We'll find a way.
Let's be very clear. Chitlins,
Ew.
is only it's not. I don't fancy it either, but I think it's genius.
I've never had it, but just the sound of it.
But and literally, and it's all scraps of the pig
I know.
that the white slave masters and their families wouldn't eat, and so that's what the black people had to make,
I know.
and they have literally implemented it, and it has been a consistent. Whoa, that was a major stutter. It has been a consistent staple in the black community for a long time, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And so I just shout out to black people for always being like super resourceful.
Mm-hmm. In everything and anything we do.
Remember that, white people. She's not hopeful.
And not-
If you just saw her Africanly unimpressed face just
And not
now.
just this month. Remember it always.
Amen. And you can always come back to this episode to remind you. But also, there's different things you can also do to support Black History Month. Supporting black businesses.
Yes.
Wearing all black. Reading black authors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Parents, especially white parents, ask your kids' teachers. What do you guys? What's the curriculum for Black History Month?
Ooh.
What are you teaching my child?
I barely had a curriculum.
Or can I volunteer and put together a class trip for Black History Month? Maybe take these kids to see a museum. And that's not just for white parents. I'm just thinking anybody, whether it's teachers, white or black, anybody, you can get creative. Now is a great time to get enlightened, and let this be the catalyst for you to get enlightened and stay enlightened. Not just the light doesn't go off just because the month is
after
over.
February.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Don't play me. Don't play us. Don't play yourselves. So yes. And with that being said, also listen to black music.
They already listen to black music.
But like really listen to it. Specifically, black anthems, such as Little Duval, like we mentioned, Beyonce, Freedom, Formation. Those anthems that make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just like Beyonce was at the NFL and these white people didn't know what to do with themselves.
With the Black
and then
Panther
all of
tribute.
a sudden they turned around and they demonized her, saying that she was saying "fuck the police."
I mean, she wasn't.
And mind you, the Super Bowl takes place, as I mentioned in the last episode, during Black History Month.
Yeah.
But people are supporting that, but not supporting black businesses. When the NFL is a racist organization.
Sure is.
But yet the majority of
the
their
players are
exactly.
black.
But again, to white people, we only matter when we can be useful to them.
Yeah, in the Olympics, in sports, in anything active that, will win y'all the gold, it's go black person, go. But if we're talking about a different race, like the presidential race, then y'all don't want niggas in the office. Then we don't fit the mold. So,
But
it
I
is
get-
what it is.
Yeah, I digress. What do we know? We're just two black girls.
Yeah, that's it.
Just,
But I think we've given them a lot of soup to sip on. So why don't we segue into, excuse me, Miss Fufu?
Ooh, this is going to be a heavy one.
Yeah, it is gonna be a heavy one.
I'm like, excuse me, Miss Fufu. Excuse me, Miss Fufu. Excuse me, Miss Fufu.
And I'm gonna try to keep this one brief, but why don't you read us the letter per se that we got today?
All right, so I'm gonna keep this short. There was a lot said, but the reader said this. Not the reader, the listener. Ooh. My family is Cape Verdean, but some of them are the most crazies within our country. Some don't even want to be called African. The lighter ones are better. My grandmother and mom won't even call themselves Cape Verdean or African. They say Portuguese. And I say too, and I can also say, girl, I understand your struggle because I have people like this in my family too.
I don't think I probably do have people like this in my family, but I wasn't really like maybe micro exposed to it, I guess. Like maybe I just didn't notice it. But Yeah, colorism is deeply rooted.
Exactly.
It's deeply, deeply rooted. And I, too, know a lot of Cape Verdeans that don't acknowledge the fact that they're African. And for a while, I actually didn't really fuck with a lot of Cape Verdeans because I always assumed that they were going to be like, I'm not African, I'm not black, I'm Portuguese. For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with Cape Verdeans and Cape Verde, it is a tiny island off the coast of West Africa. So it's not actually attached to Africa, but at some point during time, where do you think that island broke off of? Africa. They're a country of a very diverse looking people.
Colonized by the Portuguese.
Colonized and raped by the Portuguese.
But yet that's what they claim, and that's one of the main reasons why this is so problematic.
Yeah, and
outside of just denying where you coming
the
from.
The Portuguese don't even claim y'all.
Yes, they do not claim y'all.
So why would you claim them?
Yes.
They terrorized and raped and pillaged your land. So why would you ever? It's almost like Stockholm syndrome.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you've been watching way too much Abducted in Plain Sight, but you got that.
That's another episode. that shit had. Well, you know what? Let me focus.
I mean, that's not an episode because you'll be talking about yourself about it by yourself. I can't watch it. You see how hard
let me focus.
Started, right?
Yeah, let me focus. Let me focus before I start sweating. So colorism, basically, it's a really hard subject, and I know it doesn't just run deep in Cape Verdeans. It runs deep within Black American and African culture overall.
Yep.
And even in Caribbean culture.
Yes, Hispanic cultures.
There's people bleaching. It's like the lighter you are, the better you are.
And I want to touch on the fact that it is a form of self-hate. Yes. But I feel like it initially, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the real root of colorism started with slavery.
Of course
when
it did.
They started dividing Black people. House nigga, field nigga.
Of course it did.
Okay. I'm glad we can all agree on that.
Yep. This all ties into our pepper soup topic of being Black all year round. It's just funny that, us within ourselves, and even not just Black people, but people that are different shades all around are the only ones that acknowledge the difference in hues of our skin tone.
Yes.
Because I have a friend who was having a conversation with someone that was white, and my friend who was light-skinned was like acknowledging the fact that she was light-skinned or in whatever context. And the white person was like, oh, I just thought, you were like Black. I didn't think there was like a difference in Black. There isn't. And that blew my mind. Because
Your friend told you this about herself?
No, not that. She was describing someone else, like another Black person. It wasn't about herself.
Okay.
She was describing someone to a white person.
That
she was
person
like,
can't be your friend.
No.
Okay.
I don't mean in that case. She herself is light skinned, so she's describing
another light skinned person
or another Black person.
Oh, so as in like, did you see that Black girl? She's light skinned because we describe each other.
Exactly. Because we're the only ones that do that.
Yes.
Had it been someone that was white talking about a Black person, they would just been like, the Black girl.
Yes.
Whether she was dark skinned, light skinned, cocoa, middle, whatever hue and shit that we come up with. So it's like all of that basically stems from what you were saying of separating us by the color of our skin. Being lighter seems to be better because you got better treatment. You survived, actually, rather than being dark skinned and in a field and having to pick cotton all day. So these are traumas that have come 400 years later still that we're dealing with. And we have to stop this shit. Like, clearly white people don't look at us as though we're different. We're all Black. So, it's sad to have to deal with stuff like that within your own family and, with people that look like you that just happen to be like a shade or two lighter or darker than you. But I think it's hard to say that if we keep having these conversations, it'll get better because I'm not really that hopeful for it. I actually hate those documentaries of like dark girls, light girls. Like, it's like we're airing our dirty laundry for all these white people to see. I hate them. I hate all of them. Like, they're just so stereotypical. And it's always a woe is me, I'm dark skinned, or woe is me, no one wanted to play with me because I was light skinned and everyone thought I was like gonna be better than them. There are light skinned girls that do feel like they're better than you because they're lighter. But that also stems from being brainwashed, like, and within your family, made to feel like you were better than because you were of a lighter hue. And that shit we just gotta stop. Like, I'm really sorry for the writer that has experienced that within her own family, because like you said, you experienced that too, Pep. But I don't know what it's gonna take for us to just stop this shit.
And I don't think it's that easy as in just stopping. And I think that's where people are struggling, and that's why they don't know how to stop, because everybody needs to acknowledge why they're hurt by it in the first place or how it has hurt them. And I think beginning to be introspective and taking a look at ourselves in that manner first, then that's where some healing can begin. Because this writer said her mother and her grandmother.
Yeah.
So let's be very clear. The grandmother passed that down to her daughter, who then the mother is passing that down to her child.
But her child she's the one that wrote it,
Exactly.
and acknowledges that that's problematic.
And I can only imagine how many hurtful experiences that she's gone through in her family, in her life, that forced her to acknowledge that.
I'm sure we both can go on a list of things that we've had to experience being dark-skinned women in this society. Like, you don't know how many times I've heard that I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl.
Oh, girl, if we put our money together on that one, like if we got paid for every time we heard that, we'd be rich.
Like, and the thing is, it's like, what makes me pretty is my dark skin. I would not look the same if I was lighter. I wouldn't be as attractive if I was lighter.
But even to say that, at the end of the day, you are a woman, you are a beautiful woman, you are a human being. I'm pretty, period.
Period.
And if you can't say that, just don't talk to me. Like, you don't have to give me the compliment. I'm not out here. And I think that's another thing people get fucked up about dark-skinned girls, especially, like,
they think that's a compliment?
Yeah, they think that's a compliment because dark-skinned girls need to be validated.
Yeah, no.
Or that we're the ugly ones.
And that's why I hate those documentaries, because it's nothing but dark-skinned women that are like, woe is me, I'm dark, and I wanted to scrub my skin. And it's like dark-skinned girls are supposed to always have this complex.
They're portrayed yes.
to always have a complex about being dark-skinned. That's not the case.
Right.
Like, and that's why I hate those documentaries. Maybe they're shedding some type of light, but I don't fuck with them.
Because I wonder who's watching them.
Right.
Like, where they even get the people for the interviews. Honestly, I don't even think I've ever watched an entire one.
They're usually like celebrities that are like a Viola Davis or I don't know. Who else is dark skinned? It's like there's not really many. There's not many. There's really not.
Which is problematic in itself if we're talking about being a dark skinned woman in media. But that's an episode in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah. I'm just sending some positivity and light and love to our writer and our listener. Just know that you are enough, and you're not limited to the shade of your skin. And whatever bullshit, brainwash, westernized shit that your family is preaching or trying to put on you, know that comes from a place of self-hate and insecurity that they have no business projecting onto you. So keep it moving in your Black Girl Magic. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
My pep talk turned into a pep rally.
So, and I'm not gonna rush this. And it's interesting that I said what I said in regards to being disheartened, because my pep talk today is encouraging people that it's okay not to be okay. It's very healthy to be in your feelings.
I'm always in my feelings.
Right, but I think it's interesting that you say that, Fu, because you do that in a way that I feel like is responsible. And when I say that, it's if you are emotionally dysregulated, like you shut down and you're kind of just like, I need to take some space.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about you is that you actually communicate that. You'll be like, yo, nah.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's a very difficult thing to do, and nobody needs to feel the pressure of doing that, but just know, like, it's okay not to be okay. If you're having a shitty day, that's okay. And if you were supposed to go and have any plans later on in that day and you're having a shitty day, it's okay to be like, yo, I'm not up for this. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
That is okay. You don't need to worry about, who it's going to affect or anything of that matter, because you're the priority. How is it going to affect you? If you don't want to be there, then you don't need to go. And don't be anchored by anything just because it's attached to your job or your family. Mm-hmm. I've said this in previous episodes. You'll probably hear me say it a lot. You came into this world by yourself.
Yep.
You are the priority. Always. You are the priority. Think about those people who lean on you to take care of them and so on and so forth. Guess what? You're not going to be able to take care of them if you're not good.
Absolutely.
So with that, especially all my beautiful Black people out there, make your self-care, make yourself a priority, not just for Black History Month, but for Black History Year. Because we're Black 365.
I fuck with that.
So, just again, in order to get in contact with us.
Oh, yes.
We almost forgot. We're going to practice this, y'all. We're going to get the hang of it. I
promise.
So the email, PEPN, the letter N, FUFU, FUFU, @gmail.com. Again, PEPNFUFU @gmail.com.
And our Instagram is Pep Talks, the letter N, Fufu, FUFU. And my personal IG is MIZFUFU, also same as my Twitter.
And
here she goes.
My IG, if y'all don't want it, I'll stop saying it, but I haven't gotten any complaints yet. It's Perpetual Anastasia, PERPETUALANASTASIA.
You're so annoying.
Because I looked deep in her eyes as she was saying that while
as
she
I
was giving
rolling my eyes.
Yes. But yes, it was so good to be with y'all per usual. And we will talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Later.